Hello, and welcome to part 2 of my every single car that I own in Forza Horizon 4. So we start today's video off with the Porsche 911 Huygen, I don't know how it's pronounced. Again, if I mispronounce any of the car names or company names or whatever in this video, you're welcome to let me know in the comments, and you can tell me if you think I've pronounced it wrong or not. And so yeah, so we start off with this car, which is a Coca-Cola sponsored Huygen, and remember, all sponsors on the cars in this video are not sponsors to this video. But anyway, so this is what the car looks like, and now we'll go on to the next car. The next car is the Hyundai Velociter N. And like a lot of my cars that are quite cheap for a car standard in real life, it's designed to just be one of those cars that I would just drive around on the roads on but not actually participate in races in. So it's just almost completely black with a little red rim around the bottom. And that's about it. Next up we have one of my Jaguars, the Jaguar F-Pace S, which in its design currently is designed so that it's more of a rally Jeep kind of thing, with like a little thing on the front to stop it getting damaged, some headlights up top, and some little large wheel mud caps, I think they're called. I can't remember exactly. And it also has a back wing. And it's also got this nice sponsorship thing that's designed just so that it looks really cool. Or at least to me it's cool. Remember, if you disagree with any of my opinions on the car looks in this video, you're welcome to say so in the comments. Just don't be rude in them. So, yep, that's what it looks like. Next is the Jaguar E-Type S1, which has got this nice little design on it, in my opinion. It's like a kind of lion head. And yeah, that's about it. So I forgot to mention at the start of this video, if you want to have the full experience of this video, then I recommend that you watch part 1 first. And however, if you don't watch part 1 first, that's okay. You can it's just a video that I recommend you watch either before or right after you watch this one. I forgot to mention that at the start, so I've just mentioned it in now. And for the last of my Jaguars, we have the Jaguar Mark II 3.8, which is designed to have a colour that looks kind of like brushed out, I think it's the word that you'd say, when it's like loss of colour. And it's designed just so that it's like not got much colour, so that it looks like it's being worn away over time. At least that's how I have it. It also used to have like a thicker bumper, so I removed it and made it much more slim, I think. I can't exactly remember, but yeah, that's the next car. Next up we have the Jeep Trailcat, I think it's pronounced, I don't know. And it's another one of those cars that I've designed to be like a rally car for me to drive in. It's also so large that the top of it doesn't seem to fit in on the average like brush through, which is cool. Anyway, next up we have the Kia Stinger is next. And as you can see, this design is designed to kind of look like a police car. I don't think it's designed very well, but I have it designed like a police car because I thought it was cool. Anyway, our next car is the Koenigsegg Rivera. I can't pronounce it. I think it's like Rivera. I don't know. But anyway, this is one of my 2 Koenigsegg cars that I own in this game. And it's got this nice thing where it's got blue on the front and blue on the back, but then a much more purple tone within its centre. And also down the middle, for some reason, it's got this Koenigsegg badge that I've placed there. I don't know why I placed it there, but it is there. And I think it's cool. Here is the other Koenigsegg, which is much more designed for a race car, because it's got this nice design with stripes and sponsors and all sorts of other stuff that's just designed so that it is ready to be like a regular race car that you'd see on certain races. Next up, we have my first Lamborghini in this game, which is the Lamborghini Centenaro LP 770-4, which is like, I like Lamborghinis quite a lot, and so I like this car. It's got this nice like, I think it's like a matte polish finish with these little yellow bars or lines, which I just think makes it look cool. So yeah, there we go. Next up is the first Lamborghini that I bought in the game, the Huracan LP 610-4. I think I got this one as a wheel spin price, not as like one that you actually get from from like the shop that you actually buy. But I just modeled out like the back wing. I added that to it, and I also designed this little thing that it has upon it. So yeah, that's all I have really about to say about this Lamborghini. Although it is my first one, so I do have some attachment to it. Next up, we have my last Lamborghini, and also my favourite of the ones that I own in the game, which is the Lamborghini Countach LP 5000. I think that's its full name. I might have got it wrong, but I just absolutely love this car. I like its design. And if my memory is correct, I think it's a car that one of my parents owned years and years and years and years ago. Anyway, that's what it looks like. And it's pretty cool. There we go. Next up, we have one of my two Lancias, the Lancia Delta S4, I believe. But these two are cars that I haven't really done much to in the game, mainly due to the fact that some of my more recent ones that I've got from wheel spins, and I just haven't managed to like get around to like using them ever in the game yet. I still think they're cool. They're just not cars that I plan on driving anytime soon. Here's the first one, the Lancia Delta S4. And here's the second one, which is the Lancia Hivera something 1.6 HF. I don't know its full specific name because it's like it's like Lancia Hivera Rally 1.6 HF, I think is its full name. And so yeah. And just like the other one, it's one that I haven't really done much design to, but I might have added this like stripe down the middle, I can't exactly remember. But anyway, that's what it is. Both of these cars I don't really plan on driving anytime soon in the game, but they are quite cool. Next up we have my three Lotuses, which the first one is this one, the 311, which is just quite a cool car. I like the fact that it's only one-seater, because it looks like it should be two, and because it's isometrical. Usually I'd like it to be symmetrical, but this time I just think it's quite cool. So for once, I can actually like something that's isometric. Or is it asymmetric? I don't know. Anyway, the next of my three Lotuses is this one, the 340R. I think it's really quite cool, and especially I like this paint job that I have on it. Because I just think that all of the dashes of colour on the gold, I just think matches the car's design quite well. So yeah, I think it's cool. And yeah. Anyway, the last of my three Lotuses is called the Lotus 11. And just like with the Lotus 311, I think that its isometric design is quite cool, which is why I designed it to be a bit like a racing car, or a bit like a car that you'd bring to a race. Sadly, I didn't design it too well, and I always think that the front of it kind of looks like a fish, for some reason, but I guess that's just the yellow that I put on it. But it's got designed with these nice stripes, and then it's just got a racing number on the side, which For some reason I randomly chose 63. I don't know why, it was just the first number that popped in my head. I guess I was either thinking of the 7 or the 9 times table at the time. I don't know. Anyway, next up we have my first McLaren in the videos. The McLaren Senna. This is also my only McLaren that I own in any of my 3 Forza Horizon games. I own Forza Horizon 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mainly play 4 though. I also think I have the Hot Wheels. No, I have the Lego and Hot Wheels add-on packs in Forza 4 and Forza Horizon 3. But then I also think I have like a Fast and Furious one. Anyway, this is what I got this from like a gift, and this was the base color that I got for it. And the only thing I've added is this orange stripe down the middle, because I absolutely love the color that the base McLaren Senna is like supposed to be. I used to think this is like the color I most associate with the McLaren Senna, but just adding the orange stripe was just something that I thought would kind of work with it. So yeah, this is my one and only McLaren in the game. Next up is one of my 2 Mercedes cars. This one is from the Mercedes AMG line instead of Mercedes-Benz line, and it's the Mercedes AMG GTR pre-order car, I believe is what it's called. I don't know specifically, but that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure this is based on like a real car that exists. But just like a design for one of my 3 Aston Martins, all I think of when I think of this is this one specific Lego set for Speed Champions that came out in 2017, I believe. Maybe it was 18, but I'm pretty sure it was 17. Also, for those of you who are wondering, if you were thinking about the fact that I own basically in the last segment, you might remember that I was talking about the fact that I own Forza Horizon 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you may remember that Forza Horizon also has another set of games for Forza Motorsport. I have Forza Motorsport 5, 6, and 7 to all those wondering. Next up we have my other Mercedes car from Mercedes-Benz, which is the Mercedes-Benz Umigog U5023. The way that I originally got the car, it did have this red look on it. However, I edited it so it no longer has this massive white box in the back. Instead, it has just a couple of tires. Also, on the top, I painted it so that it had a green top and an orange front. And I also gave it this yellow chassis kind of thing that juts outward. I just thought it looked kind of cool. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Anyway, the next car that I have is my racing modified version of the Mini John Cooper Works. It's designed with a bunch of different racing upgrades so that it's made faster, and I also gave it this massive wing on the back. It's also got these racing stripes because I just thought it went well with the orange back and front that it has. And so that's about it. I also gave it a stripe on the front, I decided it so that it didn't go through the entire car. I don't know why. It's something that I don't really like on my design, which is something that I'm always surprised at when I find something that I dislike on my design, because most people are always going to be biased towards the things that they create. But it's just something that I just don't really like. But if you like it, points to you, congrats. Next up, we have all 7 of the Mitsubishis that I own, which are also all 7 of the Mitsubishis in this game. So, we have the Lancer Evolution 10, the Lancer Evolution 9, and the Lancer Evolution 8. However, then, the only other Lancer Evolution car that the game has is the Lancer Evolution 6. Which is really annoying, because it just removes one of the cars in the pattern, and sure, it doesn't have 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 as well, but the earlier numbers, it doesn't really matter because they started at 10 and we're going down, and then skipped over 7. Literally, if you have the game, go and check yourself, and I will show you just after this segment that they just don't have the Lancer Evolution 7. Also, I designed all of my Lancer cars apart from the Lancer 9 to look a bit like rally cars, which is why they all have the special paint and sponsors, but the Lancer 9 was just designed to be like a road car that had a tyre on the end, so a bit like a support car. Anyway, I'm now going to show you the fact that they don't have the Lancer Evolution 7 in the game. So here are all the Mitsubishis, right over here. So, we have the Lancer Evolution X, or 10, the Lancer Evolution IX, or 9, and the Lancer Evolution VIII, or 8. And then the next one is the Lancer Evolution VI. Not II, just I, which means that it's the 6. Meaning they skipped over 7. Anyway, you just got a little sneak peek into what my next car's going to be. But anyway, now I'm actually going to show you them. So we have the Mitsubishi GTO, which I painted orange and has like these cool green fire effects, which I think makes it look really cool. Again, you're allowed to disagree in the comments. Next up is the Eclipse GSX. And despite the fact that it's slightly designed to be just more of a car that I'm going to be driving around on roads with, I did give it these little upgrades so that it had a slightly more refined front and a slightly more refined rear, which can now be shown. I can also show the other options through this panel, where we go on, we click in, and then if I just scroll us down, we have this one, the regular, and these other options. But that's the one that I prefer. There are also changes that I could have done with the back wing, but I prefer it the way it is. But then the main ones that have the changes are these at the back, because it's the regular, larger bumper, slightly less bumper, the one that I have, and then this one. You could also change the sides, so I also made that look a bit more refined and more like a sports car. And then you could also change the front by adding those little holes, which I also did. They're not exactly noticeable when you just glance at it, but by having a little bit of a look at it, you can see that it is designed to be more of a car that can hold its own in a race. But that's about it. Anyway, next up we have the last Mitsubishi in the game, and also the last one that I own, the Gallant VI-4, which again, like most of the Lancer Evolutions, is designed as a bit of a rally car. It also has these a large amount of lights and these little dash things at the front, and those little mud cap things at the sides. And that's about it for all of the Mitsubishis. Next up is my one and only Morris, the Morris Minor 1000, which, like a lot of my cars from the 1940s and 30s that I have in this game, I have painted pitch black, although it does have these little red lines. If you watched part 1 before this, you would also know that the Ford T-Series, I think it was, also looked similar to this. Next up is the last car of all car companies whose name begins with M, the Mosler MT900S, I believe. It's designed to be a bit like a race car, or it's designed to have race car looking paint, but it has B7 all over it and has this nice fading blending effect at the back to make it look like it has make it have a nice change into its pink end, although the center is still a bit green, which I think makes it look cool. And it also has a sponsor of the Horizon Festival on the wing. And yeah, that's about it for the Mosler MT900S. So yeah. Anyway, the next car is from Nissan, I believe. The first of my Nissans is one of my 3 GTRs, but they don't count as 3 of the same car due to the fact that they're all slightly different. This one, which is one that I've filled up with sponsors as like a slight kind of race car, even if it isn't fully designed as that, is the Nissan GTR pre-order car. However, the other 2 are different. This one is the regular GTR, and was also the first Nissan that I ever got in my collection in the game. For some reason, the GTR has like a sentimental value to me, and so it was the first Nissan I ever wanted to buy, and I think it might have been one of the first cars that I ever thought, I'm going to save up for that. Because at the start I had like, I don't know, maybe 40,000 credits, and I saved up to like 150,000 so I could have my first car that I'd saved up for, which was the Nissan GTR. And then after that, I unlocked one of the 3 longest tracks in the game. I think it was like the Marathon or the Goliath or something. And I ended up using the credits that I earned from using this car by winning to buy my next GTR, which is the last one that is a GTR that I have to show you, which is possibly the most famous Nissan GTR, the Nissan Skyline GTR, and this one is also one that's, I'm pretty sure, called a V-Spec, I think, but yeah. This is my last of my 3 GTRs, so we have the GTR reorder car, the GTR, and the Skyline GTR V-Spec. I think they're a nice trio, even if one of them is a lot different from the others, but they're still cool. Now that we've concluded the GTRs, we now have the other Nissans, which start with this one, the Nissan no, not the GTR, we've completed those. It's the Nissan 240SX SE, I'm pretty sure. This one is designed to be like another one of the rally cars, and I just think it looks quite cool with this nice paint and all of these sponsors and nice colours. Anyway, the next car that we have is my second 240 SX SE. The reason I have 2 of them is not because I won 2 of them in a wheel spin. I actually just bought 2 of them. I think they are like 40,000 credits each, but I wanted one of them to be the rally car, the street racing car, which was the other one, and another one to just be designed for an off-road, possibly rally car look. Because the 240 SX SE has this special hidden feature in the game, or not really hidden, but in the game you can have, there's this thing for the body kit, and there's this one which can't have certain upgrades, and this one which can't have them. And because this one was designed to have this one, I just wanted to have 2 so I could have the other certain upgrades on the other one. And that's the only real reason that I have 2 of them. Next up is my Nissan Silver's Club K's or something. I think that's what it's called. And I'm pretty sure I just won this in a wheel spin and just made it white with a black bump, with a black not bumper, with a black bonnet, and that's really about it. It's just some car that I just have, and it's also my last Nissan. So now we can go on to other car companies. Next up we have my Oldsmobile, which, just like my Lotus 11, has got a racing number on the side, and just like the Lotus 11, it has 63. I still don't know why I decided that to be my number, but I guess if I ever became like a driver for some kind of race like NASCAR or IndyCar or Formula E, Formula one of the formulas that have a number afterwards, like Formula 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think 4 exists. And then there's also Formula 25 that I know of. I guess 63 would be the number that I raced by. But the Oldsmobile Hurst/Old 440, I believe its number is, I gave like this little hot rod engine kind of thing, and that's really all I have to say about it. So I spoke more about the number on the side than the actual car, because for me, some of the older cars don't really have much to say about. Although I did give it this cool front bumper on the side. It's like just a flat little thing. It's quite small as well. Anyway, next up we have one of my 2 Paganis. I think it's called Pagani. It might be called is it Pagani though? I don't know what it's pronounced. I'm just gonna call it Pagani from now on. You are allowed to correct me in the comments. But this was the second Pagani that I ever got, I think. And I also got it from like a gift from the game. It's got this rainbow colouring on the back and Forza on the side there. And yeah, this is the special paint that I got given from the gift, and I'm keeping it because I think it looks cool. So yeah. Anyway, next up we have my other Pagani, which I think is the Zonda, but I'm probably wrong. But yep, let's go on to that one, which is what I said it was. It is the Pagani Zonda, but it's also like got Sync Roadster on the end. Sync Roadster. I think it's pronounced Sync anyway. It's Cique. Oh no, NE. But this car is something that has something special about it, because it's the first car whose paint I actually designed. Like, with like the special teal looking front, these blue stripes down the side, the green wing mirrors, the yellow little thing on the front, and the yellow thing on the top. It's got this little, it's just got something in my heart just because it was the first one I actually designed. Like, I had like made like a bonnet a different colour, but I hadn't actually made like the entire car have different stripes and stuff. So this car will always be one of my favourites because of that. I've decided that I'm going to have to split this video into 3 parts instead of 2. And so this is one of my last 2 cars that I'm going to show, and it's the Plymouth Cuda 426 Hemi, I think. It's another one of those cars that I got from that large spree of gifts that I got at one point, which is why a lot of them have rally cars looks. I like a lot of the rally, like all of the Mitsubishis I designed myself, but some of the rally cars came from that set of gifts, and this was one of them. Though I did give it a hot rod engine, a little thing at the back, wing at the back, and gave the lights at the bottom to make it a little more personalised. So yeah. Also, this is my second to last car that I'm going to show, because I just don't want to have a video that's longer than 30 minutes, and so they're all going to be about 30, so the first 2 are 30 minutes about, and then the last one's just like the shortest one. And so it's going to be a 3-part series. I hope that's okay with people. Anyway, for the final car that I'm going to show today, it is also one that I think is quite special. For the final car that I'm showing in this video, we have this, my Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. And this car is one that's kind of special to me because it's designed after a car from a movie. Or more specifically, I think it's a TV series. It is the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, designed to look like the car Kit from Knight Rider. And while Kit isn't exactly very different, I did design it so that it had this little red light at the front, so that it was similar to Kit. I know that it's not exactly perfect, but it's just something that's kind of special to me. And so, to me, this is Kit. Even if Kit wasn't the 1987 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am, and even if this one is specifically a GT GTA version. So it is a Pontiac Firebird Trans Am GTA, but to me that doesn't really matter. To me it is just the car of Kit. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please can you like and subscribe, because because at the moment my mental goal is to try and get to 1,000 subscribers and I will be happy. And I'll see you in part 3.